Do you feel guilty or scared? Do you dread certain events? If you said yes to any of these, then you have definitely dealt with anxiety. But what is anxiety? Anxiety is the abnormal sense of fear or dread about a certain event. Now, anxiety can be described in many different ways because of the different types. For me, describing anxiety could be related to the story I had on Monday. I went to the doctor's office, and when I saw a needle there, and I realized they were going to give me a shot, I instantly tensed up, my heart rate started going faster, and I was way too stressed to even just relax. Whenever they gave me the shot, I ended up feeling nauseous, turning green, and feeling like I was going to pass out. Describing anxiety for some people could be as if falling down the stairs or missing the last step. There are different types of anxiety that everyone deals with differently. There's GAD, or general anxiety disorder, which Catherine Winters says almost 7 million people in the US alone deal with. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, which can affect crime victims or soldiers. There's also social anxiety, which many teenagers deal with on a daily basis. This could mean that you don't want to go out with your friends because you might say or wear the wrong clothes. There are many famous celebrities who have dealt with these types of anxieties. One example of social anxiety in GAD is Johnny Depp. Of course, he may seem calm and collected on the screen, but whenever he's in an interview and not in a character, he's a complete wreck. He's required to have a therapist on set at all times. Amanda Seyfried is another example. She deals with GAD, which she worries about common things, such as her dog getting out, leaving the oven on, or even leaving her window open with her dog at home. But they overcame anxiety, and you can too. What I tried at first was a hobby. I tried drawing or journaling every time I felt anxious. This is what I would recommend to start with. Now, if that doesn't work, you can go see a psychologist or a therapist. I go to someone great named Dr. Matthew Howson. He has really helped with my anxiety. And if psychology or therapy isn't enough for you, try medications such as Zoloft, Paxil, or Prozac. There are many benefits to overcoming anxiety. You could find a new hobby. Mine is field hockey and drawing. You will have more fulfilling relationships with your family and friends. And you can live life the way you want to, not letting your anxiety control you. Some hurdles to getting these benefits might be, maybe you live too far away from the doctor or therapist. Maybe you don't have enough time with homework. Maybe your job takes up too much time. Or maybe you don't have enough money. Jerry Kennard says these hurdles can be solved with two very simple solutions. The solutions include self-therapy, which could be journaling, reading a factual book about anxiety, and finding a hobby might help you overcome anxiety. My experience started when my grandfather passed away in 7th grade. Whenever you have someone leave your life that you're basically with every day, it's very hard. My socialization went down seeing as I felt guilty and scared about what might happen to my family. Would they break apart or would we stay together? Then my confidence went down. But the best thing my family did was understand. Now, if you don't suffer from anxiety, I'm sure you know someone who does. All you have to do is 3 steps. Treat them normally. Talk with them. If you don't talk, you're never going to communicate or have a good relationship. And you have to understand that they don't want to worry. Their brain was just wired this way to be anxious. Now, there are certain triggers for anxiety. It could be certain people, dates, places, sounds, or even smells. One of my triggers is hearing my grandfather's voice. You have to find an outlet, though, so these triggers can't control you. It could be physically or mentally stimulating. Physically could be a sport such as soccer or volleyball. A mental one could be reading or even writing. So imagine a life where you're not stressed, you have great relationships, and you don't let anxiety control you. Now imagine a life full of stress, fear, dread, and guilt. Are you going to live the first life and take control of your own life, or are you going to let your anxiety control you?